Right.
And
For how long?
As society.
Indefinitely?
Indefinitely.
Right.
Yeah.
West Virginia,
West Virginia.
Mountain Mama,
Mountain Mama, take me home. Angry Roads.
Way.
Hello and welcome to episode 52 of Angry Roads. I'm Suzanne,
I'm Dave.
and today we are going to be discussing what society would look like if money was no longer necessary.
I know exactly what it'll look like.
Star Trek?
Yes.
Yes, that's exactly what I thought as well.
Because that's what it is.
Just a fabricator? Is
Yeah.
that what they have in there?
A 3D printer.
I'm pulling that from Subnautica.
Yeah. It's a 3D printer.
Yes.
Basically, that prints food and everything. So then there was no need for money anymore. And so they did that. That is like what Star Trek is.
Right. But then, like, what do you do if you're no
The thing
longer...
you're good at. That's why they test everybody.
Right. So it's it's a society based on aptitude, not...
And ability, I guess. And desires. I can just be an artist.
Right.
If I'd like. He comes in.
Oh, special guest host, Zia.
She's not having any of it. Yeah. Right? I can just do whatever I want. I do
Why aren't there more people that are just bums then?
There's probably billions of people. We saw maybe 12 at a time. I mean, each season, majority aliens, and then maybe like 20 humans.
That is that. And from what I understand, they are like the best of the best if they're sending them out into space.
Well, the military minds, I guess, and
Yeah.
the scientists, and
Right.
the ones that can cut it in exploration.
The Orville. Fabricators?
Yeah, same thing, I think.
Yeah. I guess if you are not working for a purpose, and obviously most people's purpose is to be able to feed their family and keep the lights on,
Yeah.
then I guess, yeah, it falls back onto passion. But what if you
Yeah.
have something that you're just not passionate about?
What do you mean?
Like, what does a non-passionate person then do with their day if this machine... How do you get the machine? Do you have to buy it?
I don't know.
Or is it just like government issue, like you're born, here's your fabricator?
I
Come back
really-
and get your
I
adult
really wish I could
fabricator.
remember what it's called right now, but which is bad because I usually do remember it. But anyway, I don't know. They never really cover that, but I would just assume that if you can make anything, you just make them. So I walk to one and I'm like, I just need a...
Like a mate's got one, and you're like, can your fabricator make me a fabricator?
Yeah, and then I can just make my own stuff. Thanks. I think what you're saying is like what I do if I don't have any desires. I just do what I'm doing.
You're just hanging out?
Yeah. I've got food.
Yeah.
I can survive.
I can fabricate a computer.
Yeah. So what's the problem?
It just seems like such a...
It just wouldn't happen though, because if I'm brought up in that world, I'm just going to do what I want. And if it happened to us tomorrow, we know what we would do. Nothing.
I was looking at the video pop up.
Which video?
We've spoken about what we would do if we could do any job.
Oh yeah.
No, it's not there now.
Damn it. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But you didn't say anything. You just looked away and I was like, are you looking to the future?
To be fair, I am usually looking to the future.
Yeah. Yeah. So you know what I mean? Like you would figure it out. But if you were brought up in that society, then like you're already looking at your passions. You're like, what do I desire when I'm young? And then you just do it. Whatever you feel like that day.
It just seems like such a strange concept that everyone is just doing. Like, why would you bother I mean, okay, I was going to say, why would you bother going into the military? But they're not military, they're explorers.
Yeah, exactly.
So if,
they have
you
a
know...
passion, or they have a passion for science.
Yes.
And therefore they've gone into science and they're like, oh, but you could also be an explorer.
You want to go into space? You want to get stuck and lost? What happens at the end of Voyager?
I don't know, I didn't really watch it.
No.
I think a time thing, like she
She goes back in time.
to stop herself from doing a thing
Yes.
that saves everybody, because in the future she's in, most people are dead. Something along those lines.
I think everyone's gone insane.
Some people have gone insane. I think the Vulcan guy goes insane.
Yes.
And anyway, something like that.
That's really sad. Spoilers. For a show from, I think, the very early 90s.
Now, we didn't finish something. to do with this. This is on topic.
Star Trek?
No. No. I never really finished that. That Star Trek Discovery was not good.
I really didn't enjoy it.
No.
My issue was
Yeah.
that it legitimately starts.
Mm-hmm.
She calls a mutiny. And I'm like, but is that something, like, is she just a red dot in her office and she's just constantly calling
Every
these
week
mutinies?
she's like, fuck our captain.
And they're like, oh God, Sandra, can you please not this week?
Again? Oh, jeez.
Everyone, get your guns out. Sandra's mutinying again.
Yeah, I don't know. It's... anyway. No, what I was going to say is we didn't finish Zeitgeist. We didn't watch the second one.
Right.
And they talk about this thing there called the Venus Project, which is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're basically saying they're trying to create this, like, resource-based economy.
Okay.
They're like...
Like a barter society?
No, I guess they're just saying that, like, if everybody has the resources, we just give the resources. I suppose
Right.
it's kind of communist-y, but like without maybe the government side of it, because they're saying basically they want to build an island
Okay.
and just give everybody everything
Right.
And
For
let-
how long?
as society.
Indefinitely?
Indefinitely.
Right.
Yeah, they're like, there's enough resources on the planet as is that we could just do that forever.
Right.
Because, then people can do their things. That's kind of creating the Star Trek thing is what they're saying.
Right. Try.
That's about all I know, all I can remember, because
Valid.
there's a lot in that about the Venus Project, which is pretty interesting. I'm sure it's still going. There was some really old guy who was doing it.
That's cute.
He's dead, I think.
Oh, that's a shame. In my mind, I'm imagining the guy from Jurassic Park.
Yeah, but it's kind of the same.
Yeah.
Kind of the same.
Am I the only one that went through that whole movie knowing that little girl was a clone? Like, how... Like, of course she was. Of course that little girl was a clone.
Which number was that? Which one was that?
The last one.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, okay, yeah.
I was not a fan of that movie. I went into it with really high hopes.
Yeah, but that's because it had Chris Pratt in it.
Yes.
Yeah, the Chris Pratt effect. We've spoken about this before. It doesn't make it a good film just because he's in it.
But Guardians of the Galaxy. Great film.
It's just a good film.
Second Guardians of the Galaxy. I still dug it.
It's just a good film, but the second one's not as good.
No, it's definitely not as good.
Yeah.
Because now you're just trying to do the same trick twice, and I've already seen it.
Yeah. But I'm saying that Chris Pratt doesn't make it good. It's the same thing as Rick and Morty. Like, I am not actually that excited for the new season. I don't know if I care anymore.
They're bringing back Rick and Morty?
What do you mean back?
I thought it was cancelled.
No.
What am I thinking of?
I don't know.
Valid.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just because I like the characters, I liked what they did, doesn't mean I'm gonna like everything you do. They don't now just have to have a cheezels for an arm or an eye.
Yeah.
And then be like, look how wacky that is. And then let's see what happens when we put them in a kindergarten. You're like, no.
See,
this is not like...
I'm agreeing with you, but then I think of, like, Archer, and I don't care what they do. I'm always in. I'm always down. I'm always laughing.
Archer used to be so good.
If you have not seen Archer, it is on Netflix. It is absolutely hilarious. Oh, such a great show. So inappropriate. Don't watch it at work. Don't make my mistake. But do you know what I did today? I was lying on the couch reading Sapiens. Really good book if you haven't read it. Listening to lo-fi music. Is that how you pronounce it? Lo-fi music?
Sure.
While our puppy slept and I lay in the sun. And I know I shouldn't lie like in the sun. I know it's not good for my skin, but it feels really good. And that was it. And my fear is that if we had a society where I didn't actually have to go and do anything during the day, then I would probably just do that every day.
I see.
And that just seems like wasteful.
I get you. I'm not saying that you can't do that, but you can. What's the issue?
I mean, I guess if there are scientists who are still sciencing, and does this mean kids don't go to school?
No, they go to school.
Yeah?
They just learn what they want.
Children can't determine what they want to learn.
Why?
I wouldn't have learnt math.
if you were good at maths, you would have.
But everyone should learn basic math. At which age are we kind of being
I don't
like,
know.
well, Timmy,
I didn't make this.
you made this society.
Again, it's one of those situations where you're blaming me or asking me for the reasons why. I'm just living inside of it. I'm just experiencing it. And I'm saying that I think that maybe they go to school and they're like, oh, I really like this. They choose what they want.
Oh, I really like geography. Forget English.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Maybe, I don't know.
English.
We could ask someone, what do they do? What do kids do in Star Trek? I mean, I know, we've seen some.
Yes.
They're just also in the military.
Yeah, I was
a lot
about
of
to
the
say,
time.
they're all just very small versions of Picard. In their little outfits.
They're all bold. They're just sitting in chairs. Engage! And he's like, well done, children. That's great.
I'm picturing like X-Men. He's just surrounded by all these children. Literally.
Engage! Oh, nice.
Excellent, excellent. You can all be captains now.
That's all the time we have.
Amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for the 52nd episode
52s.
of Angry Roads. I almost introduced myself again, but instead I'm going to ask you to subscribe. And also check us out on our social media accounts. And if you are looking for a fun thing to do over a series of months, we really recommend Hunter Killer. It is a puzzle-based subscription box. I'll have the link down in the description. We'll also be coming out with a sidebar video of us unboxing one of their latest... The latest?
I mean, as of the time of recording, I suppose, the latest.
Yeah, the latest subscription that they've got going.
Yeah. Link will be in the description.
Link will be in the description.
But use code AngryRoads at checkout to get 20% off your first order.
Awesome.
That's it.
Bye-bye.
Bye.